Now, when I said who owns and controls the means of production, some or all, what would you rather live in? Where some people own and control everything, or where all own and control everything? I think we all can come to the conclusion that we like to live where all are owning and controlling. All owning and controlling, which is a socialistic or communalistic system, than a system where some are allowed to control. For instance, right now we have an environmental crisis. And a lot of that is due to not only people in their cars, but of course the cars are made by corporations that did not care about, going that extra step to advance the technology that produces clean emissions from the cars because of their profit. It's just like back in the day, I don't know if some people remember how corporations used to dump toxic waste into the water. Or they would bury lead and these different topics like dioxin all off in the land. And so it just gets to a thing where it's like, should the interests of an individual supersede the interests of a group? I mean, should you put somebody's individual greed for profit? I'm gonna burn I'm gonna burn the fossil fuel technology any kind of way I can, and let the air become polluted, making acid rain. And everybody else though has to get this, has to live with acid rain falling on them. So it's just, do you have the individual's needs or wants superseding the entire group's needs and wants? And I think that that's where, we have to draw the line when we say we want to be a more advanced and scientific. We consider ourselves an advanced civilization. We consider ourselves civilized. So we must obviously address that fundamental question. Moving from capitalism to socialism. When we say we in capitalism now, obviously we can only predict, or we can only build for what we know is necessary. Some people say, well, you can move from capitalism to some type of mixed economy. Like I say, you begin to see the socialization of education. You've seen the socialization on a higher level of medical, as far as medical care goes, in some of the other advanced, industrialized nations. You don't see, some of the same things. But a lot of Africans, due to their own personal interests, and due to some of their own, selfishness or their identification with the enemy, will begin to say, it's called Keynesian economics, where it says, well, the government can just filter in for more private development. And this is one of the things that takes place because, of course, a lot of Africans, especially what we may call our talented tenth or our educated, our intelligentsia, they have the class aspirations of our oppressor, be it our oppressor as in those who want to exploit the masses of people. So they have these same class aspirations, so they begin to try to denounce socialism or say that no, it doesn't work, and these type of things. But of course we see that Africa started off communal, and of course the minute Africa got back to Pan-Africanism, when you saw in the 1960s, you saw Kwame Nkrumah, Pan-Africanist, Sekou Touré, Pan-Africanist, Jomo Kenyatta, Julius Nyerere, Nasser in Egypt. We began to see these people unifying Africa. They actually set up, like with Ghana and Guinea, with Ghana and Nkrumah and Sekou Touré and Guinea, they merged their two countries. Their countries aren't even geographically near each other, but they still merged and said the people of Guinea are the people of Ghana, the people of Ghana are the people of Guinea. And they began to share, of course, all type of technology and resources and things of that nature. So again, when we speak on ideology, we want, ideology is our thoughts. Thoughts control our actions. Actions control our thoughts. You go from thought to action, action to thought. When you think it, you're going to act it. Once you act it, of course, that's how you begin to think. So when we say ideological training, the training aspect is we must begin to reshape our way of thinking. We must begin to train and educate ourselves on an ideology that's going to be an ideology of liberation, an ideology of nation building, an ideology that brings about a higher cultural esteem. Because ideology, principles, objective, strategy, and tactics, that's on a thought to the action and action to the thought. So again, what is an ideology? It's how we think. Why is an ideology important? How we think controls how we act. And what is our correct ideology? It's going to be an ideology of liberation, an ideology of nation building, an ideology of having a higher cultural self-esteem. Thank you. All motion is not progress. If you don't know your history, you don't repeat it.